Okay, let's talk about product management as it relates to e-commerce. Depending on how many products your website is going to sell is really going to determine how you do your product setup. Again, if you're having less than 5, you do not need a full e-commerce backend. If you have any questions about that, just shoot me an email and I'll be happy to explain the difference. If you're having more than 5, there's two different ways to get product into an e-commerce website. Number one is a manual setup where your web team will build the website and then you or they will go in and actually set up all the product. So one by one, they will create products. They'll have product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, images, titles, descriptions, pricing, sizes, whatever the case may be. But if you're doing more than, let's say, 20 products, manual creation is very, very time sucking and very laborious. And so what you're going to want to do is import an Excel file, a CSV file, where you start to organize your products in columns based on the fields that are going to be mapped. They map to in the e-commerce platform. Before you do this, make sure you know which platform you're using, to know which tool, like which fields you need, how to map them, if there's any sort of structure, because it can be a lot of work to do it once and then to do it again. But make sure that if you have more than, I would even say 20 products, you have all your product information in a spreadsheet. Because doing these one by one is just so slow. You're going to want a way to upload all the information, and once the information is there, you can kind of clean it up. You know, a very, very important thing for e-commerce is product images, understanding if there's going to be different sizes of things, different pricing, different based on weight, things like that. Like, think through all the variables about your pricing. When it comes to e-commerce, the most expensive part of that particular project is the product setup. But how you get around that, and this is what we like to do with our clients, is we say, look, we'll set up 2 or 1 of each. We'll set up a few. We will make a tutorial for how you can do it yourself, which puts you in control of the product management process. It is not effective. I mean, you can do it like this way, but it is not cost effective to have a custom expensive web team set up all your product for you. It is not difficult to do, and it's really important that you know how to do it in case you're adding and subtracting products and you want to run your own website. So it does not take a rocket scientist to set up products, so absolutely they could teach you how to do it. So 2 options. 1, they do a few and then teach you how to do it. Number 2, they do all of them. Again, money no issue, get them to do it. It's monkey work, it's repetitive, it's data entry kind of stuff. Not usually worth a web team's time, or you guys can do it yourselves. But just making sure that when you come to the project, before you come to the build, that if product information is wrong and you have to go back and fix it and change it and typos in the descriptions or categories and tags, and it's once it's built, you're fixing all of that, that is a mess and it's expensive and it's a time suck, because once we build it, we take, as the web team, we take all your information at face value, okay? And we set it all up. And if when you're reviewing the website, things are wrong and you put the wrong image with the wrong product, going back and fixing it is a huge pain in the neck. So on that front end, get your product list dialed in. So when it comes to the build, it's literally plug and play. Everything's matched, everything's accurate, everything's correct. So you literally product in, and then you're just not finding those problems later. It's so much easier to do on the front end. So if you're thinking about e-commerce, even if you haven't decided, start a spreadsheet for all your product, and you'll just find, so when you get your web team, they are going to love it. They are going to know, and there might be little nuances in terms of changing fields or names and things like that. Not a big deal. Excel sheet, product details, precision information, and you'll just find it goes so much more smoothly when you have that all done on the front end.